Jersey area.
Okay, all right, I understand that.
I think we're about an hour apart. The two furthest guys are about an hour apart from each other, so it's not impossible. We meet in the middle for rehearsal, and with modern technology, we submit a lot of things to each other, either over the phone or via emails that we can practice on if we have ideas or stuff. And, it's worked for us so far, so, it's all good.
And it sounds good, too. I got to...
you guys have got a nice sound.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not only a nice sound, it's a good, solid sound, and it's commercial without being, hokey commercial. It's got a good commercial sound to it, and it should grow and sell for you.
Well, we've always, from the beginning, we've always heard, we try and get the feedback from the people that we're playing for, and a lot of the people that we talk to, we say, well, what do you listen to? What do you like? And 99% of the people you ask nowadays what kind of music you listen to, the answer is, I listen to everything, which is great because there's a ton of different things out there. There's a ton of different styles, a ton of different genres. And who we're kind of appealing to, it's almost someone who's described our music as country lyrics with rock music. So we kind of got one foot on either side of that fence, which we're really comfortable with. And a lot of the people that have been getting into country over the last 7-8 years or so are people that grew up with rock. Because country nowadays is nothing like country was when we were kids.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot poppier. There's all different kinds of country.
Yes, exactly.
I hear people rapping in country, and there's very poppy radio country, and then there's lots of rock in country, which is kind of what we just do naturally because we're all rock guys growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, when I started writing lyrics, I must have this country gene in me somewhere because that's just what I feel comfortable doing. I don't know if it's the horses I'm riding or hanging out at the barn on the weekends with my wife, but that's just what comes out, and I love it.
Yeah, it might be that bow-legged stance too. You never know. I mean, I grew up with a lot of country in my bones too, and it was a different world back then because when I was a kid, country definitely wasn't cool, and I had to hide my Johnny Cash records because people kind of looked at me kind of, you listen to that?
Well, back then, George Jones was cutting the syrup with a knife, and Loretta Lynn was, moaning over her man that was at the bar, and
yeah.
And Barbara Mandrell.
It's changed, yeah.
Barbara Mandrell
it's really
summed it all
changed
up
into something totally different.
Yeah, she summed it all up with her song, When Country Wasn't Cool.
Yeah, I was country when country wasn't cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So where are you guys headed now? You've got you got the album under your belt this year, and you got to be looking forward to what you're going to be doing here in the very near future.
Well, we've got a Christmas song that we're working on that we're going to release very soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Definitely have
we
to
jump into that area.
Sounds like a plan. You got to get us a copy of that. We usually put together some type of a Christmas show with music from guests that we've had throughout the year, and love to be able to include yours in it. You got a...
we do that, absolutely.
Great. You got another album in the works?
Well, we're always writing. We have a bunch of new songs that are actually taking form now. Right now, we're really just promoting the album that came out, Music and Words. You can tell your listeners it's available on iTunes, Spotify, CD Baby, Amazon.com, or even AmericanMusic.com. The full CD, 11 songs, all originals. We're really pushing that. Like I said, we're starting to get interest from several different management groups. We've gotten to open for some pretty big names, and things are going good. We don't want to rush a new album out and just forget about this one, but there's always new stuff coming down. We'll probably release another single early spring. That will be on the second album.
Well, since you've done some self-promotion, I'm going to do a little bit of it right here myself and tell you what we remind all our guests, that once you're on the show, you're part of our family, and there will always be a place for you here. We'll help you promote your music, your tours, whatever you're doing. Keep in touch with us. Let us know what's going on. And also, I have a page on Facebook that is specifically for guests on the show to post their music news, new releases, whatever's going on in your life, whatever you want to spread the word. Just go to The David Bowers Awards on Facebook, post it up there, and spread the word. Like I said, that's what that page is there for my guests to use to promote themselves. So feel free to jump in on that anytime you want, and keep in touch with us. You get that new album coming out. We'd love to have you come on the show to break it if you'd like. And John Bon Jovial, I see you want to get something in there before we're done.
I want to hear a little bit more about this next song that we're going to be playing called Here and Now, and what precipitated this song? What was the inspiration behind it? We've got about a minute and a half, so go ahead and just promote the hell out of yourself on this.
Well, Here and Now was kind of the last song that made the new album. This was the last song that came together. We had the whole album kind of placed out. We knew what was going on, and I was over John's house one morning. Him and I usually get together and work on the songs when they're in their infancy stage. And I excused myself to use the bathroom, and when I came out, he was playing that riff. And I said, is that one of yours? Like, did you make that up? And he said, yeah. I said, keep playing it. And I flipped through my book of lyrics, because I have a bunch of songs that don't have music to them yet. And it just clicked that the lyrics that I had for that song Here and Now would fit what he was playing. So he just kept playing it, and I started singing it. And 20 minutes later, we had a song. We brought it to practice, presented it to Mike, Brian, and Lee. We all worked on our parts, and it became what you guys hear now.
Well, that's fantastic. And the reason it's on the show here is because I listened to a few tracks of yours, and I wanted to do the track that's already established from your prior album. And I heard this one, and I said, this is one we've got to include. So I want to take this time to thank you for being here today, for sharing with us, and we look forward to having you back again in the not too far distant future. And here they are now, ladies and gentlemen. This is American Road. It's called Here and Now.
This party tonight, hadn't seen your face or heard your voice in a long, long, lonely time. First our eyes met and you smiled a bit, tucked your chin in and you bit your lip. Right there and then my heart came back to life. Here and now, all that matters. Behind had little to say. It's right there on the mirror where you left it. Well, I don't care much about where you've been, as long as it brought you back here again. That's all in the past now, let's forget it. Here and now, all that matters. And now, you and me, here and now, better than ever. I'm hoping that here and now becomes now and forever. Now and forever.
Here and Now. That's American Road.
This is Billy Alexander from the band Why Not, and I'm listening to the David Bowers Awards on Blog Talk Radio. Why? Because all the cool kids are doing it.
I like that, man. Sign him up. We got to get him back on the show. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, American Road. And thank you, Generic, and all the gang at The Bakery in Utica for a great show, some great information, and even greater music. Thank you so much. John Bon Jovial, take us home.
Yes, I kept thinking to myself, those fabulous bakery boys. Okay, yeah, there's a terrible joke. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Folks, thanks a lot for being with us this week. We are so grateful that you chose to spend this past hour with us, and we hope that we'll see you again next week. The David Bowers Awards is broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and from the Valley of the Sun in beautiful Tempe, Arizona. And it is available for free on Blog Talk Radio, also on YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spreaker, Amazon, and Amazon Alexa devices, that is, as well as SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and other of these silly platforms where you can download your podcasts. Click the follow link on our Blog Talk Radio page, and be sure to like The David Bowers on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and keep up with the show and all the indie music news that's going on up to date. Be sure to join us next week for the David Bowers Awards, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 Rochester Free Radio, and on Blog Talk Radio Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC for more great indie music and talk with the artists that make it happen. So until next week, for the David Bowers and Nick the Geek and Hopalong Sarcassity, maybe he'll actually show up one of these days, and all the other folks here that make this show happen, this is John Bon Jovial saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.